You know how they do in the media. They're already reporting a gazillion shootings in Chicago and Philly and all of that stuff. So you know what that is. Usually it's the white supremacists orchestrating these shootings, but it is what it is. As long as we understand that, we're good. Waiting on everybody to pile on in here. Let me retweet the room. What's up, Lioness? How are you, dear? Shout out to that sister. But listen, few things we're going to talk about. I'm going to get on the West Indian Day Parade thing in a minute. But earlier today, I tweeted in Baltimore. Now they've issued an alert where people need to boil their water in Baltimore now. So now, again, as we see, there's a pattern. Wherever you have in these cities, you're starting to see majority black cities all of a sudden having these problems with water. All right. This is that soft genocide that we need to keep our eyes on. We see what's going on down there in Jackson, Mississippi. Many of us, we've sent money and resources down there to assist the family. We should continue to do so. And we have to keep calling out our politicians, the people who our tax dollars go to, and the people that we elect. We have to call them out for sitting on their hands. We really have to badger them with this, because if they want us to get out here and vote for them, and you have black people suffering because they don't have adequate water in a major city, no, we're not playing that game. We had Sheila Jackson Lee up here talking about giving aid and resources to Pakistan. She was tweeting that earlier, and everybody got in her mentions and got on her bumper. Like, woman, you're from Texas. 2 states over, the people over there suffering because lack of water. We're not supporting that nonsense. Our elected officials are out here talking about giving non-citizens our tax dollars when we need those tax dollars for these foundational black American predominant cities out here where black people are suffering, and we're paying our taxes and we're not getting the proper representation. We're going to let them know, man, we are not going to vote for these folks if they allow this stuff to happen. And this stuff is happening in Democratic run cities. So we have to let them know we're not going to play this game. You're going to have to do the right thing. We ain't doing the black and brown coalition, because this stuff is only or primarily targeting black people. And this is not an accident. This is not an accident. This is very systematic. And we have to keep that in mind. All right, who is this person? We got a few people in here. Who is Fitzgerald? That's a very Caucasian looking man. Let's get Fitzgerald in here. Fitzgerald, what's happening, man? Turn your microphone on, Fitzgerald.
What's good, man?
Okay, okay. You don't sound like you look. Is that a fake picture on your thing?
No, that's real.
Oh, okay. Where you from?
I'm FBA.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me take a good look at it. Okay. Where you from, brother?
I'm from Rosedale, Mississippi.
Oh, damn. Okay. What's the vibe out there in Mississippi? How far is that from Jacksonville? Or Jackson, Mississippi, I'm sorry.
I'm from 45 minutes.
Okay. How are the brothers and sisters holding up out there?
Oh man, I say with these floods and stuff, man, it's been pretty. Well, I'm in Minnesota right now, but I still talk to my family a lot. It's been bad out there with the floods and stuff.
Right. Okay, brother. All right. Well, thank you so much, brother Fitzgerald. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Fitzgerald didn't have nothing to say. What's up, Adonis? What's up, Sonny G? I see you, player. But listen, I want to talk about. They had the West Indian Day Parade out in Brooklyn today. Big turnout. A lot of folks out there. Huge turnout. The streets were packed. Boy, they had jerk chicken and bammy bread and peas and rice and everything popping. They had it popping out there. Shout out to them. Shout out to the people out there in New York. Shout out to all the people from the immigrant community who celebrated the West Indies in Brooklyn. Shout out to you. Now, y'all went out there and celebrated. Y'all were twerking in the streets, having a good time. And guess what y'all didn't see? You didn't see FBAs complaining. See how that works? Notice how none of us complained. None of us were out here whining and talking about, oh, you niggas hit us. And we weren't doing none of that stuff. Foundational Black Americans are secure enough to not have a problem with you celebrating your lineage. Knock yourself out. Go and do your thing. We'll go there and eat some jerk chicken with you. I wish I was out there. I would have went out there and got me a plate. We don't have a problem with you celebrating your lineage, even though you're nowhere near the islands and you ain't going back. But come on and celebrate. We don't have a problem with that. Do you? The problem we have is when we want to celebrate our foundational Black American lineage, all of a sudden, hey, wait a minute, niggas, that is so divisive. The white man don't know if you are FBA or if I am a Haitian. You know, no, no. It only becomes a problem when we want to acknowledge our lineage. That's what we don't like. Y'all get to celebrate. Y'all want to celebrate. Nobody has a problem with it. When we say, hey, we want to do something that's culturally relevant for foundational Black Americans, all of a sudden, that's you niggas sound like a head group. Yeah, yeah. Y'all start talking that bullshit. Cut it out. Be more secure in who you are and stop worrying about what we're doing because we're going to acknowledge our lineage because we have a unique lineage, as do you, and we're going to do things that celebrate the uniqueness of our lineage. When we do it, all of a sudden it's World War IV when we do it. Y'all really wish y'all cut that out. Do we have any non FBA people in the room? Raise your hand. Shout out to my brother Dwan B in here. Really got a question for you guys because these folks stay up in our mentions. They stay with us living rent free in their brains. Y'all stay in our mentions. You stay making spaces about foundational Black Americans. You spend most of your time just whining in our mentions. Well, why do you niggas hate us? Let me ask y'all this: how come some people from the tether class? How come you guys are never clicked up with all of the Pan Africanists that's out there? There's still a bunch of Pan Africanists. There's a bunch of Pan African out here. A bunch of Pan Africanists. There's a whole bunch of them. Why do you guys never have spaces with the Pan Africanists, the people who want to be all clicked up with you? How come you're not clicked up with them building the new Wakanda? That's the magic question. How come you guys are never, ever, 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 ever building with the people who want to be Pan Africanist? You're never building with them. You're never in the rooms with them talking about anything constructive as far as getting things popping over in the motherland. Never. Never. Never, never, never. But all of your Twitter spaces is, oh, those FBA niggas are a hate group. Those niggas, oh, I hate them so much. These niggas, they're a cult group. These niggas are a cult group. All of it is just 24-hour whining about us. That means you ain't really about no Pan Africanism because you don't spend no time investing or building in Pan Africanism or anything to uplift your own society. We just got to keep it 100. We have to keep it real. You don't invest no time in building up your own society and hooking up with these Pan Africanists. Again, there's in Cobra. There's a whole bunch of old niggas who are Pan Africanists. How come you guys are never doing anything with them? How come y'all ain't never hooked up with them? You know why? Because everybody knows that it's a whole sham. Ain't nobody trying to build nothing. Y'all know you're not. Everybody knows it's a sham. Most foundational Black Americans just woke up from the sham and say, you know what, we ain't about to push this narrative, man. We're going to focus on getting things popping right where we are, man. And people are mad because we ain't down with the sham no more. Let's keep it a buck. It's a sham because y'all ain't building nothing with no Pan Africanists. Nobody's building anything. Nobody's getting any kind of coalition going for real. That's a real tangible coalition. And I'm talking about in real significant numbers. I'm not talking about like one person going over there. I'm talking about in real significant numbers. Again, I've been over there and I've chopped it up with folks, and there's some beautiful people over there in the motherland. But as far as hooking up on a global level where we get to go over there and really, really build without any red tape, ain't nobody really feeling that, man. And y'all know it. Trust me, I done put my bid in. Ain't nobody trying to get on that, man. Because if they were trying to do that, it would have been done already. It's nothing to say, hey, let's do some dual citizenship. Let's treat one of these African countries like Israel. Everybody come over, no red tape. Just come on over, we build. Ain't nobody trying to do that over there like that. And if they were, we would know about it. Don't let nobody sell the Wakanda BS to you, man. That's just what it is. And that's okay. That's okay. But don't be mad at us because we ain't falling for the con game. Because we're now focusing on, hey, we need most of the resources from our tax dollars to go to us. Because everybody else, they ain't doing nothing for us. Nobody is doing a damn thing for foundational Black Americans. They're not lifting a finger, they're not giving a penny. That's the long and short of it. Nobody. We sitting up here talking about all of these coalitions, and when shit goes down, we don't have anybody to depend on but each other.